Leo, this June, your soul work, your inner work is really finally starting to pay off. I'm talking career wins, I'm talking dream breakthroughs, I'm talking kind of like a spiritual glow up, and you're going to feel very clear. You're going to know the path that you are on and you're going to step onto it, which means more abundance is also coming your way. If you're new here, I'm Lindsay. I'm a Western tropical zodiac astrologer, and I'm here to raise the frequency of the planet by teaching you how energetically powerful you are. And that typically means helping you release your limiting beliefs and reprogram your subconscious mind just a bit so that you can begin to step into a frequency of success and actually manifest it all. So Leo, let's kick off this June 2025 horoscope by looking at the general transits in the sky, of which there are many and some very exciting ones. And then I will jump into the chart and we will take it week by week. Before we kick off with the general transits, Leo, I do want to remind you that it's important to be an active participant in creating your reality. I like to view astrology as an awareness tool. You are now aware of, or you will be soon enough, the energetic potentials that are happening for you in the month of June 2025. But it is absolutely up to you to take action and use these energetic potentials to start to transform your life. So the month starts off with Mercury in your 11th house, and it's likely that you're very social at this time. Your friends want to invite you to places, you're being invited to business networking events, perhaps you're being invited into different groups and organizations. And it's a time where I would recommend that you do say yes to your invitations, Leo, because you do not know who you are going to bump into, whether it could be a new soulmate, a new business partner, a new bestie, what have you. This is a really great time to really put yourself out there. It's also a time where you might be focused in on who you are as an individual and how you, energetically speaking, are making the world a better place. And it's very much the house of humanitarian efforts and philanthropic efforts. So Leo, if you have like a tug or a pull in your heart to do something kind of out of the norm for you, but you know that it's going to help the collective in some way, I say go for it. And then on the 8th of the month, Mercury then enters into your 12th house. And this is a time where you are going to be so divinely guided, specifically Leo, if you've been doing the inner work, if you've been practicing your awareness, if you've been practicing building your relationship with your higher self. It's a time where you're very much going to be receiving messages through your dreams, guidance through signs and synchronicities. So make sure to stay tuned, stay aware, so that you don't miss out on any messages. Specifically because then on the 26th, Mercury is entering into your first house. And now you're asking yourself likely the question, who am I? And if you were paying attention for the last couple of weeks, you might have some answers around who you really are, not from like the physical being that is watching this video, but from a very energetic and spiritual space. And it might even propel you on an entirely new life path. This first house is you focused in on how you show up, because you know that if you really adjust energetically how you show up in the world, you will be perceived in a different way. And of course, everything changes externally once we change ourselves internally. So you're very focused on that, Leo, toward the end of the month. The month is starting off strong. So what about Venus, the energy of love and money? Well, at the beginning of the month, Venus starts off in your 9th house. And so it wouldn't surprise me if at the beginning of the month, the end of last month, you were really expanding yourself out, not just from a love perspective, not from like an open-mindedness perspective, but also possibly from a money perspective, right? The energy of money in your house of expansion. Now, this could also be a time where you are connecting with somebody from a distant land, a foreign country. Maybe you traveled abroad even and you met somebody and you fell in love with them at this time. It's really a time, energetically speaking, where you perhaps were working on your life philosophies. Maybe you discovered a limiting belief that you've been holding on to that has been in contradiction with the reality that you are trying to create for yourself. And so it wouldn't surprise me at the beginning of the month if you're doing still some of that inner work to really tap in and open yourself up to totally receive not just love, but money as well. Now, this is also the house of your Dharma. So it could be that you finally feel like, oh my gosh, I finally know what I'm here to do. And not just I know what I'm here to do, but I have the confidence, I have the courage and the bravery to go and do the dang thing. And then on the 6th of the month, Venus enters into your 10th house. So now the money and the love has entered into your career house. This is a house of your business if you're a business owner. This is a house of your career if you're working for somebody. And it's also the house of your social reputation. So let's start with a career. Well, love and money, you're magnetic. This is a time where you might be getting a raise or a promotion unexpectedly. If you're not getting it unexpectedly, it's a time where you could gather the evidence of all the value that you've brought to your team, to the company, whatever it is, and showcase that to your manager and your boss and say, look, this is what I've done over the last 6 months, the last year, whatever. I'd like X amount of a raise. I'd like this promotion. I'd like to put my name in the hat. If you are a business owner, it's a really powerful time because once again, you are magnetic in a very aura radiating energy type of way, but also money is flowing to you, which means you could launch something new, or perhaps you're just gaining popularity, gaining traction as well. And finally, this is the energy of social presence. And so if you are working on building out your social media platform, if you are an influencer, if you are just starting off and you're trying to figure it out, you could go viral, you could gain way more views, more followers, but make sure to ask for them, right, Leo? That's the important part. And you might be saying, this is so great. What do I do? How do I take more action? How do I take advantage of this energy in the sky? Well, this is when we look to Mars, the planet of action. And Mars is starting off in your first house. Once again, you are being bolder and braver than ever before. At the beginning of the month, you are really pushing forward in a very independent way, perhaps more independent than you've been in quite some time, which is a beautiful thing. You're living life on your own terms. And then on the 17th, Mars enters into your second house of money. So now you're focused in on perhaps building up some self-worth if you've been struggling with that. And if you have Leo, just remember that you are worthy, period. You don't need to do anything or prove anything or be a certain type of person to have self-worth. It's innate, it's built inside of you. You've been worthy since you've been born, so please accept that as truth. And if you're not working on your self-worth, then you are working on building out your skill set or your talents. And if you're not working on that, then you're using your skills and your talents to receive more money, because this second house of money is, I feel worthy, so I'm going to enhance my skill set, and because of that, I'm going to earn more money for myself. And so Mars hanging out in this second house is very powerful. It's all about the money. You've got Venus in the 10th, you've got Mars in your second house. So this is big career breakthrough type energy for you, and not just career, but money as well. Leo, before we talk about Jupiter, the planet of expansion and abundance, finally changing signs for the first time in an entire year, hit the subscribe button if you're a Leo or if you have one in your life. Leo, on the 9th of the month, Jupiter enters into your 12th house, and oh my gosh, this is so powerful. This is your dreams coming true, Leo. Jupiter, the planet of expansion and abundance, in your 12th house of your spiritual essence, of your faith, of your connection to your higher self and the divine, but not only that, but of your dreams and your wishes fulfilled. Wow, this is serious luck energy. It would not surprise me, Leo, if you either have a spiritual awakening at this time, or if you're already on your spiritual journey, if you're diving deeper into your spiritual gifts, of which all of us have some more lit up than others, but we all have them. And so it's a good time to start to practice a spiritual routine. It's a good time to really script out what it is you desire, right? That 12th house of kind of introspective, reflective, internal work. Jupiter expansion, write it out. What do you want? Tell the world, Leo, don't be afraid. And it's a time where you're really going to finally tap into your faith. Like I said at the beginning of this video, your inner work is finally bringing you some abundance and expansion. So it's likely that you're kind of deciding in a sense to give it to God, and you're like, I'm just gonna go for it. And you go for it, and everything is just working so beautifully. And this energy isn't just lasting for the month, this is for the entire next year. So take your time with it, Leo, no rush, but definitely use it to your advantage. Leo, let's discuss the full moon and the new moon, and then we will get on to the week by week, where I will open up the chart and kind of interactively show you what's happening for you more specifically throughout the month. So there's a full moon happening for you in your 5th house on the 11th of this month. And remember, full moons are typically bringing shifts. I don't really like to say endings, because in my mind, endings for a lot of people sounds like negative, but it's like one door has to close so a better one can open type of a vibe for me anyway. It's a time where you might find out some new information, right? Because a full moon is like a flashlight illuminating something that perhaps has been hidden away. So in this 5th house, it could be that you experience shifts around romance, around children, around your creativity, your self-expression, and even your entrepreneurial pursuits. The 5th house is quite interesting. It's kind of a culmination of all of life's pleasures, what really brings us joy. So I don't know how it's going to go for you, Leo, but you could expect shifts in any of those areas. I mean, you could be having a child, You could be meeting a new romantic partner. You could be learning about yourself, some creative endeavor that sparks up in your soul. You could decide to stop your business. You could decide to start a business. There's so much that could happen here at this time. And then on the 25th, there is a new moon happening in your 12th house, once again, of your spirituality, of your connection, of your faith, of your dreams and your wishes fulfilled. So Jupiter has just entered into your 12th house earlier this month, the energy of expansion and abundance. Now you have a new moon here asking you to manifest. So Leo, please just stand in your empowerment. You put your hands on your hips, chest out, and just speak with total conviction. This is what I want. This is my dream. I command it. I insist upon it. I require it. Tell the universe what it is you desire. It's a very powerful energy for manifesting your greatest dream reality. All right, Leo, let's get going. But before we do, I just want to remind you or let you know that I'm not a doom and gloom astrologer. I am the type of person who understands the power of my thoughts and my speech. So I do my best to speak positively and think positively because those energies do create my reality. So even when we're looking at maybe more challenging aspects like squares or oppositions, I like to view them as opportunities for my soul's growth and evolution. And you can work to do this for yourself as well, and it will completely change your entire reality. So let's go. I've got you on my screen. I've got my the chart right here on my computer. I've got notes over here. So do your best, or I'm going to do my best to kind of keep it flowing nicely, but please bear with me. This is the first time I'm doing it this way. All right, so let's kick off. I'm calling the week of June 1st to the 8th, the first week of the month, the week of good vibes and positive transformation. And here's why. So you'll notice that we'll kick off right here with Saturn conjunct Neptune in the sky in your 9th house. Now, Saturn conjunct Neptune is an energy of you having the capability, the power within you to bring your thoughts and your dreams and your greatest goals and your greatest ideas down to reality. You've got the discipline, you've got the emotional intelligence, you've got the maturity, you are ready to create. Now, with this energy in your 9th house, oh my gosh, this is like you really tapping into your soul mission. The 9th house is your dharma. It is your life philosophies. It is you opening yourself up to your abundance and your expansion. So it would not surprise me perhaps if you've been working, Leo, on your life beliefs, your own personal philosophy, and if you've been doing a lot of reprogramming of your mind, this is a time where you're really going to start to see it pay off. Now, you'll notice that this energy is hanging out over here, sextile Pluto in your 7th house. So sextile is a nice harmonious energy. It's kind of like the door is open, but you're the one who has to kind of step through. You have to take a little bit of action, but it's harmonious nonetheless. And with this energy, sextile Pluto in your house of relationship, it could be that your new life philosophies, your new dreams and goals no longer align with a relationship because Pluto is the energy of change. So something is changing here in your relationship house. Could be a relationship with your partner, your business partner, your best friend, those intimate relationships, but it doesn't have to be negative change, right? It's positive. This is a positive aspect. It could be you meet your dream person, Pluto in the 7th house, and it's your dream person, the Saturn Neptune energy, but the 9th house is like travel, it's like distant countries, foreign lands. And so are you meeting somebody that you are falling in love with? And it's going to, like, the relationship is going to grow and blossom, and it's like your dream person. It could very well be that as well. This is happening. Ooh, I didn't tell you, but if you look down at the bottom right-hand side of the screen, I just circled it. This is happening, Leo. You can watch this slider. Give me 1 second. Watch this slider down here, and I'm going June 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. And you'll see that Pluto, all the other planets are moving, but Pluto, Saturn, and Neptune, Pluto, Saturn, and Neptune are kind of staying where they are. That's because they're slower outer moving planets. So this idea of like relationship transformation, you stepping into your soul mission, maybe falling in love with somebody from a different culture or religion or country, that this could happen for quite some time, right? So it's not fast moving. It's not going to be like a jolt in the sky. It's just kicking off at the beginning of June. All right, let's keep going. Oops, let me give it back to the beginning of June really quickly here so I can keep annotating for you. Let me know in the comments below if you're enjoying this. It's the first time I'm doing it this way. I have been loving it. It's much easier for me, but I'd love to know what you think about it. So I'm open to your constructive feedback. Please be kind in the comments. Okay, so from the 1st to the 5th, you'll see you've got Venus in Aries. We got Venus up here in your 10th house. We talked about that earlier. Love and money in your career house, your business house. Sextile Jupiter down here, oops, in your 11th house. Now, this is a burst of money. Oops, sorry, Venus in the 9th house, excuse me. Venus is in your 9th house here. Sextile Jupiter in your 11th house. Now, this is a quick kiss of money in the sky, and the money could come from you sharing information far and wide. It could come from you connecting with somebody from a foreign land in a group or organization you belong to, and you're meeting up and kind of falling for each other. This is very good manifesting energy as well, right? You've got the energy of love and money in harmonious aspect with expansion. So this is really looking at you opening yourself up maybe to new people as well. That could be because you've got this kind of open energy in your expansion house, and you've got Jupiter in your house of your friends and organizations you belong to. So don't be afraid to kind of put yourself out there with this energy at the beginning of the month, because you might meet somebody that either falls for you, you fall for them, you guys connect in a certain way, or it could even be that you meet up with like a friend, benefactor, ally, something like that. Now, it could also be, and I didn't keep the circles going, but it could also be that you are finally on your path, like your soul mission, you figured it out. And because of that, you're receiving rewards, Jupiter in the 11th house, rewards from your career and the work you're doing in the world. So you could be receiving like extra rewards. It's like the money flowing to you from the work you do, especially if you're kind of on your soul path, right? That's the easiest way to make money is by fulfilling your soul mission. All right, so that's happening through around the 5th of this month. And then on the 2nd, let me get down to the 2nd. I'll just take it to the 3rd so you can see. On the 2nd of the month, Mercury, right here, Mercury in Gemini, sextile Mars and Leo. Now, this is energy happening for you around changing your life up some way. You might receive news from a friend, from a group or organization you belong to, news about money coming to you from your career or business you're thinking about creating, and it's pushing you to really march forward in your life path. You're really active at this time. You're ready to take action. It's like you're finally making a decision. You could receive encouragement here with Mercury in the 11th from friends around some action to take to start a new life path. You could receive encouragement from a group or organization you belong to around a new life path. Many ways this could play out for you, but it is very positive around you kind of putting a plan together in a very bold way, and not just putting it together, but like doing the damn thing already too. Then toward the end of this week, kind of going into next week, starting around the 7th, you have got Venus in Taurus. Now, Venus has entered into Taurus. She was just in Aries a bit ago, but now on the 6th, entered into Taurus. Venus in Taurus squaring up with Pluto in your relationship house. Now, we talked about Venus and Jupiter earlier. Venus and Jupiter is very like kiss of money, luck in the sky. This is expansion. This is magnetism. Venus in any aspect to Pluto is like wealth energy. It's like millionaire, billionaire energy in the sky. Now you have this millionaire, billionaire energy in your sky in your 10th house of your career and your 7th house of relationships. So are you meeting somebody that totally just like blasts you off into your career? Are you meeting a business partner at this time? Now, of course, you'll say, well, a square is a challenge. You might feel like you're not, oh my gosh, it could even play out like you're dating somebody, like your boss or something, and it changes up the relationships you have. It could be like a reputation type of energy where you are you start dating somebody new, or you're with somebody new, or you're hanging out with and networking with somebody new, and it changes up how other people are perceiving you in your career or online, like your social presence in the world. It's that type of vibe. Now, there might be some tension here. Could even be like tension around like business relationships, tension in business relationships, tension in like career relationships, tension between like your popularity here and like what your partner wants, for the two of you here even. But remember that squares are just an opportunity for you to grow. So there's something boiling up perhaps around your career and your relationships. However, that boiling up is going to help you expand your life in some way. Okay, so that's happening through about the 12th. We can kind of come down to the corner and look June 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. Venus is kind of moving on by the 12th and kind of done with it. Okay. So that's week one. Holy cow, we've already had so much going on just in the first week of June. Then let's move on to June 9th through the 15th. This is week two. I'm calling the week to get right with yourself. All right, Leo, on the 9th of June, let's bring our calendar back here. On the 9th of June, you will see that you've got Mercury conjunct Jupiter in the sky. That's very nice. I'll take that. Squaring up with Neptune and Saturn over here in your ninth house. Now, Mercury conjunct Jupiter, this is an energy of you've got something big. Like it's like big idea, big, bold idea, like abundance idea. It's on your mind. You're ready to like scream it out off the top of your lungs. And remember, this Saturn and Neptune energy is like you bringing something down to earth. Now, with this, with the square energy in the sky, it's almost like what I'm seeing here is in your 12th house of your spiritual essence. It's like, do you know something spiritually and it needs to be said? And if you say it, will it mess with your soul mission? It's kind of like you know something and you're not sure, like, should I say it? Should I not? But they're connected in some way. And it's very much around like your spiritual essence, which you know, maybe you're all of a sudden realizing you're clairaudient or clairvoyant or something like that. And this is kind of coming together with your dharma. It could be that you have discovered what your soul path is, and you're receiving messages about it in this 12th house energy, and you're nervous. You're like, how the hell am I, me, Leo, going to do that? Right? And your higher self is like, no, you're going to do that. That's what you came here to do. And so you're like, holy shit. It could be that energy as well. So let me know how that plays out for you, Leo. Are you receiving some divinely guided messages around what you are here to do? And if you are and you're afraid to do it, then you might want to join the Cosmic Collective, because I will give you the confidence. I will help you cultivate your confidence and your empowerment so you go do what you're meant to do. I'm here to raise the frequency of the planet. In 2019, my guides told me that, and I was like, okay. What? I was still working for a corporation. I was still like very much living a like matrix kind of societally normal life, society's normal life. And yeah, now here I am doing what I do, which is helping people reprogram their minds and understand themselves energetically. So if I can do it, Leo, so can you. All right, moving on, the 10th through the 18th. So by the way, that's happening kind of the 6th through the 9th. It's not super long frictiony kind of energy. It's just enough to get you kind of moving, right? Just to be a little bit annoying. All right. So from the 10th, we've got Venus and Taurus up here once again in your 10th house. Sextile Mercury down here in your ninth house, also kind of conjunct Mercury conjunct Jupiter. My circles are so bad. Sorry, Leo. Conjunct Jupiter in your 12th house as well. This is serious manifesting power. Oops. Anytime I see Venus in a harmonious aspect to Mercury, I'm already thinking huge manifesting power. Why? Because Mercury controls your thoughts, your speech. Venus is your heart, it's your emotions. And all you need to do is add in a little bit of Mars action and you're moving and grooving. So that's the manifesting formula. Thoughts, speech, emotions, action in alignment, you will win. You will always win. So this is you maybe manifesting or going big on like a dream career, right? Once again, we've got this Mercury energy in your 12th house, um, receiving messages, divinely guided messages that are in nice harmonious flow to the money that you earn from your career. This is like you bringing spirituality into your career. Even maybe for the first time ever, you're starting to really listen to your intuition in your chosen field. Maybe you're starting a spiritual business. There's so many ways this could play out for you, Leo. Let me know in the comments below what you choose to do with it. All right. Oh, and by the way, I wanted to show you, this goes on for quite some time. All right, so watch these orange dots or these orange circles. I'm going to move down to the calendar, and you can watch Mercury and Venus kind of dance together in nice harmonious, like they're still going in nice alignment there still till about the 18th. And then they kind of start to split off, but it goes for quite some time. So enjoy it, right? Enjoy it. All right, moving on. Finally, for week 2 of getting right with yourself, we're looking at on the 9th, we've got Uranus and Taurus squaring up with Mars in Leo. You're a little bit annoyed. This is a little bit of annoyed energy, but once again, squares bring annoyance. That's what they are. But this is energy that wants you to kind of break out of a rut. Uranus is the energy of innovation. It's dismantling things that are not working for you so that you can create something better for yourself. And I find it quite beautiful because you've got this breakout and you've got this breakthrough innovation energy in your 10th house once again, connecting with Mars in your first house of your own independent path. Are you about to quit your job, Leo? Now, if you choose that, have a backup plan, make sure you have enough money. I will never suggest just willy-nilly quitting a job. I will never suggest just quitting a job just on an impulse or on a whim, because what happens when you do that is you could potentially put yourself into fight or flight as it relates to your money, because you start to blow through your savings. You're not getting another job as fast as you thought you would, and it actually ends up being in an even worse position energetically for you. So don't impulsively quit your job, but I would see you kind of thinking about it or thinking about things that have to change in your job or what you're doing so that you feel more fulfilled with this energy. Ooh, how exciting. Okay, Leo, week 3, June 16th to the 22nd. Let's go. Let's do the dang thing. That Uranus energy, by the way, is happening all week, all the second week of June. All right, June 16th, 22nd. There's really only one thing big here, and I'm calling this the week to go big or go home. As I like to do at Lindsay with Love, we don't play small. So if you're ready to actually amp up your life, I'm talking step into a whole new frequency, blast off, quantum jump, come hang out with me, join the Cosmic Collective. The details are in the description box below. You will instantly access my energy and tons of super powerful people's energy as well inside of that club, that collective. All right, Jupiter in Cancer. What am I doing here? Jupiter in Cancer. This is week 3. Go big or go home. Jupiter, the energy of abundance and expansion in your 12th house of your dreams and your wishes come true. Okay, you're winning. You're winning already. Sextile Mars in, now you can't necessarily really see it, but Mars has now entered into your 2nd house of money. Hell, hell yeah, Leo. You are going for it. You're like, give me the money. I'm gonna do this. Nobody's getting in my way. I am empowered. I have the skills. You are bold. You are brave. You are finally ready. It feels like maybe you're finally ready. Could feel like you're finally like in your body. Like I have chills just saying it. It's like I'm finally home. Like I finally get that I get to create my reality. That's the energy this week, and you're gonna take advantage of it. And if you do, you will receive, you'll start to earn more money or start to set yourself up energetically speaking so that at some later date in the future, you do in fact earn more money. Do not sleep on this energy, Leo. If you're going to do anything this month, pay attention, pay attention to this week 3 in June. Don't sleep on yourself. You're not here to play small anyway. That's lame. That's what average people do. They play small. You are not average, you're extraordinary. That's why you're here hanging out with me. Okay. Finally, and that's the whole week, by the way, that's the whole week. So we'll go through the 22nd. You'll see that they're still hanging out together. And then finally, final week of June, I'm calling the week to manifest it all. It is a powerful month in the sky. So we're going to start off on the 24th. And excuse me, you're going to notice right here, Jupiter and the sun very close together. This is called a Jupiter cazimi. It is when the planet enters into the heart of the sun and the energies of that planet are crazy amplified. This is big time energy. Once again, in your house of your dreams and your wishes fulfilled, of your faith, of your spiritual connection, of your all knowingness, of you living under the law of one, which says we are all from the same source energy, which means I am no different than anybody else, but individually I am here to help and to raise my vibration and to share connection with others. So this is dreams coming true, but it gets even cooler in my opinion, because on the 25th, let's go one more day forward, and I've got to go a little bit back in time. Look at that. That is new moon energy. That is manifesting power tapped in with this Jupiter cazimi. Oh my gosh, if nothing big and bold and crazy happens for you on the 24th of June, manifest the crap out of it on the 25th of June. Put your hands on your hips and tell the world what it is you want. Declare it. Don't play small. You can do it, Leo. This is the life you are building for you. Remember that. It's for you. You're not living for somebody else. You're living for you. Okay? All right. And then let's keep going a little bit more. The last two things we need to talk about in June, move one more day forward, the 26th to the end of June, you have a couple things to discuss here. First, we'll start off with Neptune conjunct Saturn right here again. And we've got this energy trine Mercury in Leo. So Mercury's just barely in Leo, but Mercury is technically in Leo. Let's see, I can move a little bit forward, get Mercury further into Leo. There you go. Trine Mercury in Leo. This is the energy of you really focused on yourself. This is I am. Once again, this is the energy up here, the ninth house of your soul's mission. You are like, this is who I am, damn it. And this is what I'm going to do about it, damn it. That's the vibe. Like, Leo, use the energy you're popping off this month. Like, please don't sleep on yourself. If you don't have the confidence to do what I'm talking about, get a mentor, get a coach, read some self-help books, take action. Taking action builds confidence, it builds self-esteem, it builds empowerment. If you are so freaking afraid, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, like Mel Robbins says, and if you're still so freaking afraid, come hang out with me. I'm not going to let you fail. I will help you win at life. That is what I came here to do. Okay, so you've got that going on. And then at the very end of the month as well, one more thing to discuss, and then we are done with the show for you, Leo. You can see that you've got Pluto right here in your 7th house across. Ooh, whoa, Lindsay, that was a wild line. Oh boy, maybe I should go this way. I don't know, I got it across. Okay, it's supposed to be across from Pluto over here in Mercury. It's just bad. It's just really bad. I'm going to try on the third try, and then if it not, I'm not going to let my perfectionist tendencies ruin it. Okay, that it is what it is. Okay, so Leo opposite Mercury in the sky. This is a little bit of an internal power struggle, right? Pluto, the energy of power. Mercury, the energy of your thoughts. You might be battling with yourself around thoughts. It could be that you're trying to find a balance between your relationships and your own personal path. How do I maintain balance in my relationships while still doing me? Are these the right relationships for me to succeed and to manifest everything we just talked about? So you're kind of thinking about that, right? It's also a time where you might find your voice. You might say, you know what, mom over here, this is who I am. Take it or leave it. It doesn't have to be your mom. It could be anybody, right? But you might be finally finding your voice and vocalizing to somebody that's important to you, who you think you are, who you feel you are, who you actually are. And maybe that person doesn't know yet. And you're like, I'm like sharing with you. And it could very much be, once again, like around spirituality, spiritual essence, maybe your soul mission up here once again.